watching pornography.
Where is this thing? You guys, welcome to my kitchen. Anyways, hey my loves! Today I'm going to be making something really special for you guys. Oh, okay, you don't catch me. Guess whose kitchen I'm in today? Drum roll! You already know if you're in TICO'S kitchen, that's a big deal. So yes, you guys are not small. Anyway, so Tico, this is like so much ingredients. What are we making today? Because I'm hungry.
So we're making ogbono soup, egusi soup, native soup, and stew. Okay, and chicken soup for my family members.
Okay, and that's because you're traveling, right?
Yeah.
So this food is supposed to last for how long?
Max a week.
Well, at least I'll eat everything, sure.
Yeah, sure. So you don't open your mouth. That's I said max a week.
Perfect. While I'm cooking, because me, I'm here for moral support, so that's something. So yeah, while we're cooking, I'm going to be asking her some questions that I know you guys want to hear the answers. So yeah. So we're going to be starting light, right? Let us know what motivated you to like go into cooking stuff. Like, what was the drive? What was it?
Fancy, no good at
Now you make I start this business.
This is number one, poverty. It's not good to be broke.
That's all.
Then secondly, because I have great passion for cooking. Like cooking is my freedom. Like even if I feel like I'm dying, once I start cooking, that's
you'll be happy.
Oh my god, it's so
people are so different.
Like I just feel alive.
Yeah.
Once I start cooking, like once the fire is burning.
I mean, I can relate. That's how I feel when I'm eating.
Like I have great passion for it, so
interesting. So Tico, what would you say is like your strongest skill as a chef?
My ability to stand for long hours. I stand for 4 days.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't go for cookathon?
It's not my calling.
But really, you can stand for 4 days. Have you done it before?
Yes, no. December we stand from 1st to 31st.
You know enough. So how do you combine being a chef of your caliber and family? How does it work?
God bless me on every side.
Hey, God's will.
Like in my house, I have good herbs. Yeah, we manage for my kids. She's very good with my kids. Like she's like the second one. I know my sister used to keep me for these boys. So being a mom is like the best part of my life. Yes, so that's the most important aspect of TICO'S life, being a mom. Comes before being a chef. So I'm always checking, and because of how intentional I am about my kids, I make sure that I got somebody that is very good with my kids. She's so good with my kids. Even when I'm busy, like I might be shouting at work, like with all the pressure, but once I just see my kids, I just melt. That's how much I love my kids. So I'm always intentional about the people I bring around there. So I took my time to source for the nanny that takes care of them, and she's so good. Like God bless me with that girl. So she helps me take care of my kids. So it's a bit easy. I'm too blessed.
Yeah, I get it. So that brings me to like my next question. How do you now cook? Is it like all the workers you've ever had, like I mean both at the factory, at home, is it that you just always happen to get the best, or do you ever get like bad stuff?
Yes, there are bad stuff. Like the person that was living with me in my house, she made me, there are some stuff that are so bad. You would think that you're a bad person. I was questioning myself. I'm like, God, I know I'm not a bad person, but why am I feeling this way? Because like it was as if when I see her, like I get so angry. She was a terrible person. So so the person I was staying with before, she was a terrible person. So like when you try, you are hoping for somebody to change, but she doesn't want to change. So I never hit her. I never hit people's kids. All the people that say no. After I say the only two people, she and my girl. In fact, I just started assuming that all eggs are bad.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, when Esther came, like she changed the narrative. I was thinking when she came, this one doesn't
Good for the beginning time.
Even when my mom was alive, the way she took care of my mom, that period, like she's just a good person. So I've had bad. Like the first one, she was so bad. So I took my time. I don't use agents to look for helps.
Yeah.
I like to look for helps with people that I know.
Oh.
So I know where you're coming from. I know your house. I know your roots.
No surprise.
In case of anything happens, I know who to go. So I know how to find you, that kind of thing. But not to happen, you just
Okay, so what's that one cooking technique you think every chef should have?
Taste. Like you have to have a high level of taste, especially if you're serving public. So you need to know good food. You cannot be a chef and you don't know good food. You don't know flavor profiling.
Yeah.
Like there are some chefs that I've met, they'll be like, I don't taste my food. In fact, anybody I see that says that, I feel like you don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
There's no how you are cooking for public that you not taste the food. Some people say, I'm fasting, I'm not going to taste the food, and you're cooking for public. For me, taste is very important. Taste is like, and you know Nigerians, we like spicy food in a way.
Yeah.
So that's why you see that. Like when I traveled, I noticed that Europeans, they don't like spicy food.
Yeah.
If you put too much salt in the food, like for you it's not tasty, they'll be like it's too salty. So as a chef, you have to have the ability to know good food. Like me, when people bring food, even my girl, when she's bringing food, she'll be praying. I just pray that madam will like this food. Even my staff, when they bring food for me, they usually pray because like I'm very good.
You have a good
yes, my friend, she's even telling me that I'm supposed to be doing.
So I want to add, that brings me to, I want to pause because I think that's what you want to say. So can you say you can like can you say chefs can double for food critics?
Yes.
All chefs?
Yes, all chefs. As a chef, you are supposed to be a food critic. In fact, it's like our other side. That's why you see that most times when chefs they go to a restaurant, they're like, their food is not nice. They start complaining about the meals. It's not because they want to. It's not because they want to. It's just because it's in us. We have this sense of criticism in us.
Yeah.
But it comes with the chefing. Especially those of us that is inbuilt, like it's a gift.
Yeah.
It comes with it. As I'm cooking and tasting.
Yes, I'm watching and tasting.
So that when somebody eats your food and complain, like there are some times that you know that you've made a bad meal.
Yeah.
When you are expecting the feedback, but there are some people that don't know bad meals. They will eat the food and they will lock up. There are some people that will lock up. They will not say anything. They might not order again.
Yeah. Some
persons will tell you. They are bold enough to tell you. Sometimes they might not tell you. They will just let it go. Some people will gossip about it. But there are some people when they eat. As I'm thinking, if I know I've clocked up. Starting from my stock, especially when somebody preps for a chef like me that people prep for. I have kitchen assistants that prep for me. Then I taste everything. I taste my stock before I put it in my food. So in case they overseason the stock, I don't have to overseason my food.
Yeah.
So if I'm not tasting and they overseason my stock, and I now put too much seasoning cube inside my food or too much salt, it's going to be a mess. So tasting is very important. It's one of the key attributes every chef is supposed to have. You have to have a high level of.
Like, have you ever gotten like a bad review? Like,
yes, of course.
How did you handle it? I'm interested in that.
Okay, so those days when I started my business, there are some times that clients will give me bad reviews and I will even cry. I'll be crying. Even till now, it makes me feel bad, honestly. But there are bad days. There are bad days. Sometimes there are some people that, let's say for instance now, apparently might come to Port Harcourt now and go and order a particular person's food. It might be my food or anybody's on a bad day. So I don't review people's food with one day tasting. I don't. Maybe if I've tried it the second time, the third time, and it's bad, then I'll not say, oh, these people they don't know how to do. So there are bad days. Every chef, even the best chef in the world, have bad days. Because cooking works with your mindset. It works with your mental health.
Yeah.
If you're not stable, you cannot cook well. Sometimes, yes, I know cooking is therapeutic. Like if you are feeling down, you cook. Like if it's stress, you can cook and it will make you feel better. Not maybe when you have like maybe you lost someone and you're not cooking, it cannot make you feel better. So it's a 2-point thing.
Basically now it's like when you get feedback, you don't take it like positively.
Yes, I take it positively and I work on myself. Honestly, the truth is, TICO'S Kitchen, what has gotten me here today is my feedbacks.
Yeah.
I don't take feedbacks for granted. I always ask my people every day, was there any complaint? And to God be the glory, we hardly have feedbacks. But sometimes we do. Sometimes we rarely get because there are bad days.
Yeah.
But out of how many days are in a year again? 365 days. Out of 365 days in a year, let me say like maybe 25. We have yes.
And that's
25. God is helping us. God is helping us. Out of that 25 too, it might be possible that some people locked up and they did not say it, but for the ones we received 25.
That's still fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, so like when it comes to skill, like being a chef with skill and branding, do you think one should, like maybe if you're very skillful, do you think you can work with that with being a chef and ignore branding?
Okay, so in this part of our world, in Africa, Africans prefer branding to skill. You might be so good, your food might be so nice, but if it's not well packaged, people will not buy. Yes, the eyes eat before the mouth. In fact, like, I'm so good with this review thing, I can even tell if somebody's food is good, mere looking at the picture. Yes, so even if it's good, even if it's looking good.
I serious?
Yes, so.
Even if it's looking
I'm bad at.
Wait, have you tried it and it worked like
Yes,
so many
it works.
times?
It works. I don't want to mention names, but it works. It always works. Yes.
Man.
So branding is very important in this part of our world. So I will choose branding over skill.
Yeah.
But both of them go hand in hand. But in this part of our world, branding is safe.
In this part of the world, you prefer skill branding to skill.
Yeah.
Because actually, I remember before I even knew TICO'S Kitchen, like I don't think I didn't know the face, right? I just knew the name. I remember one time my friend was having something and she said, it's TICO'S Kitchen. I want TICO'S Kitchen to make the food and everything. And I'm like, okay, so what are other options? Do you understand? Like, let's have a list of people that you can be like, maybe from the pricing, from the taste, whatever. And she said, no, I don't care about the taste. I want TICO'S Kitchen. Why? Because it's TICO'S Kitchen. So, I mean, when you already branded yourself, at some point, some people don't really mind whether the food is good or not. They just want it to be TICO. They just want the name. They just want to be associated with the brand. Like, oh, it's TICO'S Kitchen that made your food.
Then imagine now the brand now gives you both the branding and the food is good.
Yeah, I think that's why.
So that's why I said both of them are like this.
Yeah, they go hand
in
in
this
hand.
part of the world, people will always shoot brands. People will always shoot brands.
True, because packaging. They like packaging. Ooh, here's the part I like.
If you don't reach on your it's okay. I don't really have a good story in my house.
For me, she wants to taste.
Okay.
So now it's time for the stew, right? How do you go about flavor balancing in your dishes?
Okay, for me, there are different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
But I don't like I like my meals to be very moderate. Like when you eat food, you can taste all the ingredients like combined together. Not when you put food in your mouth, like something is hitting you.
Yeah.
So if the food is a sweet food, let it be sweet. If it's salty, like a meal that needs salt, let it be salty. If it's something that is sour, let it be sour. So I like to respect flavor profile. So I don't like meals that are really too overwhelming. So I like to respect all the flavor profiles when I'm cooking. So I don't like meals to be so, let people eat food and enjoy food. If I'm eating stew, taste that umami flavor in the stew. Taste the ingredients. If you're using garlic, let it be there. Like, not when you're using a meal that maybe garlic is the key ingredient and you're not feeling the flavor of the garlic. So let the flavor of the ingredients that you're using, let them play a role. And of course, food is supposed to be healthy. That's why we're eating, right? Food is medicine to the body. So don't overdo too much in a way that the food will not be death sentence to the person.
So what do you think about tweaking? Like, you know how people will be making let's say Chinese rice, and they don't want to like tweak it, make it. Do you feel like it's really normal for people to tweak food?
Of course, yes. You can be, as a chef, we are artists, so we're supposed to be crazy.
So do you support like changing, for example, like I said, Chinese rice, you now tweak it to the extent of changing the originality of the Chinese rice?
If you're tweaking a meal, you should still maintain the originality. Don't change it. So, for instance, let me say we're making jollof rice. I see some people, there was a time that there was scarcity of tomatoes, and people were not using pawpaw to make jollof rice. That's not jollof rice.
That's not rice.
Because the key ingredient in making jollof rice is tomatoes. As everybody knows, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
So if you're making a particular dish and you want to tweak it or twerk it, whatever you're doing to that meal, maintain the original. Let the key ingredients play. Don't overshadow it. Because if it's a professional kitchen and they are tasting your professional chefs are tasting your meal, if the key ingredients are not there when you're trying to twerk a meal, you have failed.
I get it. Do you watch cooking shows?
Not really, but I just started recently.
Have you watched Culinary Wars?
Yes, I watched it yesterday.
Have you finished it?
No. I just started yesterday. I was watching with my son.
You know that chef Anne, the guy that has the only person that has 3 Michelin stars in Korea. What do you think about how he reviews food?
I think that chef, funny enough, I don't have any mentor in my chef life, honestly. But yesterday when I watched it, I really fell in love with the guy. Like, he's like the male version of me. I'm an almost perfect person. You can hardly impress me with food. Because I know food. Like, I know food.
The back of your hand.
You can hardly impress me. Like, the guy knows his onion.
You can tell.
I don't give reviews for food because I want to make you feel good. I tell you the truth. Because I want you to be better. That's what it is.
I really liked, like, he made me happy because it's just like when you see
that I actually watched this yesterday and you're asking this.
I love the show so much.
Yesterday I watched it for the first time.
He was so honest, and for me that's like for my own personal brand too. I like to be honest.
3 stars.
Is it a joke? Like, I mean, when he tries it, he can tell everything.
That was his kitchen assistant that he has worked with. No, at the point I was like, oh, maybe it's because the guy has actually worked with him. But no, the guy is actually good. If you look at his cooking skills, his technique, everything was doing, his nice skills, like he took his time. The guy is really creative. So it's just like some people that have worked with me, they like some of my staff, they know what I don't like, they know what if I send them one way, they know how I like my things to be done. That's just what's happening between those 2 people.
I really liked him, to be honest, because he just kind of like played my life out on that show. Because when I say certain things, and people are like,
being judgmental.
Yes, you just have to be honest.
It's because you know her. It's because you're not fair. Sometimes I will tell my my students that particularly the name is not nice, they'll be like, Madam Tico does not like me. So why did you pay? Why did you pay to come to the class? I didn't come here to like
to play, because at the end of the day, if you end up saying every meal is good and then graduate, and they're now like spoiling your brand because they're saying, I learned from Tico. How come did you learn from Tico and you're like cooking like this? So I really, how did we just enter this guy's matter? But yeah, I really like that guy. He was so good. Like the fact that he could tell flavors by just first, you know, when he's tweaking his eyes.
Yeah, I told you that. Like that's the same thing. First, before I taste any meal, I smell it.
Yeah.
First, you have to smell food. Smell is part of.
These people here, people that keep saying, why are you smelling?
No. Smell is very important. You have to smell the flavors. Sometimes from the smell, you will know the ingredients that I use. Like garlic has a very strong flavor. If you cook with garlic here, like maybe sometimes if you saute meals or blanch it, you can. If you're outside, you can perceive it. So I love to cook with garlic. I don't know the garlic. It makes me put garlic in my soups.
You're just garlic people. Yeah. So you love garlic too much.
Every good cook should love garlic. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to cook. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to cook. I can make a meal for you. Okay, let's just test run it.
Okay.
Now this thing was made with a lot of garlic.
Yeah.
Is it so overwhelming?
It's not.
You just have to know how to use these ingredients. I use 3 bunch of garlic to make this stew.
Okay. I think, like you said, you have to know how to use it.
You just have to know how to.
If you don't know,
and you have to know the time to put it in a meal.
Yeah.
Any dish you're making, you have to know when to add the garlic. Some people put garlic on top after they've added water to the stew. Of course, you're going to feel it. You have to fry the garlic inside with the oil, kill that strong flavor.
Really cooking
Like,
come and register for her class so that you know.
Okay. So, stew already.
So time for ogbono soup. I'll have else, but today I don't want to. So you know how small that kitchen is a very toxic space. I mean, is it not true? When you look at me like I just said something off.
My kitchen is not actually.
No, let's leave your kitchen. Like generally, the kitchen, like it's known that the kitchen is a toxic space. Like when it comes to head chefs, junior chefs, sous chefs,
Yeah.
So why do you think it's like that? Because your kitchen not being toxic now is solely dependent on the kind of person you are. Like,
I feel like it's the head.
you feel like what? So you feel like it's the head chef.
I feel like it's the head in the kitchen. It depends on the personality of the head.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you a story. When I went to the kitchen, after my course, my school is not being mentioned for the woman. Depending on the course I would choose. So for my own course, I was supposed to be mentioned for it. That was what came up to me. Because the thing about being a chef is not even the culinary food. Culinary food teaches you the basic. It's during service that you learn. Like the service is when you're doing the work. That's how you learn. So that's why you can either be a chef by being an apprentice. Like somebody can come and open that way and you can call a chef. Or you can be a chef by going to culinary school. Then you will not send you for service, which is going to be essential. So I told my school I didn't want to do the internship. Why? Because the place I went to my place of internship, the chef was training. I know the face was the second year in trouble. And I'm like, and I went to my school and I told them I'm not going to be able to do this internship. And they're like, why? I said, I have been teaching in my country and I've been cooking for like 4 years. Yeah. And they were like, let me look at my Instagram profile and they checked my Instagram. And they were like, oh my God, we are going to release you. You're really a chef. So what are you doing there? You're like, you don't need to be in the internship. So I really wanted that experience of being in a very professional kitchen because when the same thing was a big restaurant, like the kitchen is the biggest kitchen I've ever seen in my life, the biggest professional kitchen I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But I did it because the chef, I couldn't stand it. It was too bad. So yes, it depends on the personality. As a chef, my mother always say, when you beat a child with this hand, you grab a child with this other hand. But there are some chefs that they don't want to teach you. They don't want you to know what they know. Even some culinary schools, they do it, especially in this part of our world. You go there, they don't want to tell you. There was a place I went to learn something. Like when you ask the person, where did you get this spice? They will be like, I have it, I make it. When they buy the spice, they will tear out the label. Yes, there was a place I went to learn something, I don't want to mention it. So people are like that, especially in this part of our world, they have that mindset. Yeah. So it depends on your personality, it depends on how you carry your team. Like yes, oftentimes we have issues in my kitchen. Like sometimes I will be in service, the pressure is so much, the client is calling, is shouting, we are late for events. You need to push your people and pushing them you must shout. Yeah. You must shout. In fact, when people know me for shout, I always shout. But it's a difference when people know that you're shouting for a particular cause because you want something to be done, and when they know that it's who you are. So as I say, it depends on the personality. That it depends on the person that is the leader's personality. That's what will make the kitchen toxic.
I think it has more to do with like your competitive side too. Like you said, they won't want you to know certain things.
Yeah, some people really want you to know certain things. Yeah. And which is very bad. It's very bad.
So does it mean that actually you teach them everything you know in your class? Everything you know? I
know nothing. My students know me for that. That's why you see my class is always choked up.
Yeah.
I teach them everything.
When is your class?
The next one is November 5th. How much? Now, my class used to be 300,000 naira. Yeah. Before I traveled, my class used to be 300,000. But because I've traveled, I've learned new skills. I've seen the things that I'm going to add, and I'm changing everything. So I increased the price of my class, 850,000. When I was increasing the price of my class, I was like, I asked myself, are you sure people are going to pay? Are you sure people will be able to come? I was scared. In fact, the first month, nobody registered. And I'm like, and I have the number of students I want because now we are doing, of course we're not going to get, it's a very intimate class now. So we don't want that crowd again. So we reduced the class, but I had a number that I actually wanted to be in my class. So I was really scared. But my class is almost sold out. I'm just looking for 4 more persons. And I know that before then, I'm giving like 6 people I can't remember. The first 4 persons I'll pay is the people I'll take. Yeah. So you just have to know who you are. Know your worth.
I mean, if you're giving value, people will always have value.
My students that have actually come before, they are somebody 2 students paid to come back. Because it's not a professional class.
Yeah, there's an upgrade. Yes. So.
In this particular I don't need to brag, but if you call top caterers in
brag,
top caterers,
big brag.
Top caterers in this particular it was TICO'S Kitchen that rated them. Ask around. Even some of them, they don't agree again because they feel like they are big. But they know, people know that it was
people that know.
So
that's like
what it means is I teach you everything I know. Like teaching is the best part of this my life of being a chef. I love to teach. I love to see people win. It gives me greater glory.
I think if when you love to see people win, it just kind of like makes your own winning very easy.
Yes, so I love to
because
see people win.
I mean, why not?
Yes, I absolutely.
Because I mean that's why you even have the bragging rights. What's that?
So yeah, most of my students, like 70% of my students that pass out, bring their friends for the next batch. All my classes, 70% of my students bring their friends for the next batch. If you learn from me and you do not learn, you don't want to learn. You didn't come here to learn.
You came to play, I guess.
Because I don't only teach you in the school.
Yeah.
While you're learning with me, you're also doing service. My students, I teach them industrial catering. Like they follow me to the event. They come to the factory. They see what we do every day. So if you don't learn, you don't want to learn. Your village will follow you. Yes.
Interesting. Sorry, please. Do you hold like your vendors?
No, I don't.
So when you say you teach everything, you basically tell them everything. You give them your plugs where you get stuff. Because obviously some people don't give plugs and everything. So you give everything. You give plugs. They don't have to pay to buy a list of your vendors or whatever.
Everybody, I think everybody already knows me for that. I'm always tagging vendors.
Yeah.
Even like my friend, like my best friend, she's always like, I shouldn't be doing that. People go as far as asking me where they can buy land, where they can buy baby clothes, like where they can buy land. No, people ask me, people trust me because they know I'm always telling people. You will see that somebody wants to sell their car. I'm doing food and you're messaging me, Tico, I want to sell a car, please help me and post.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I want to, where can I buy this? Where can I buy pap? Where can I buy? People ask me like a lot of things because I'm always sharing. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It doesn't stop you from growing, honestly. People need to do better. That's rubbish. That thing is rubbish.
Like, how do you feel about the whole Port Harcourt food scene? You know, everywhere has their own food scene. What do you feel about Port Harcourt food scene?
It's my time to talk. I think I better keep my mouth shut. Hey, you gotta shut my mouth because my mouth is
a lot.
So let us keep
a lot.
Sister, I'm not fish out, so I'm just in.
No time. Maintain your lane.
Port Harcourt has so much talent. Okay, let me give you an instance. Look at Lagos. If you check the big weddings now happening in Lagos, you see that it's mostly our Port Harcourt vendors that they're taking there.
Yeah. Because funny enough, like you can't.
Oh my God,
we cook better.
We Port Harcourt people see even the least person in Port Harcourt that does not know how to cook can cook better than Liz. I'm telling you, Port Harcourt people, they are very talented. Aside food in other industries, but what is killing us in Port Harcourt here is we don't support each other.
Sell your food and do your thing. Make your money and enjoy your money. Period.
You see, thank you. I'm not seasoning you, but is it okay?
Yeah. Did you see it? That's really nice.
I don't use seasoning cube.
So Tico, before we wrap this video up, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on crayfish in jollof rice?
Crayfish in jollof rice is an abomination. Hey, it can never exist.
But what if they use it in a way that it doesn't really overshadow? This food is distracting. Okay, what if they use it in a way that it doesn't actually overshadow the flavors in the jollof?
No, there's no how you can use it. Jollof rice and crayfish is very strong. It has a very strong flavor. Once you put it in anything, especially jollof rice, because it does not need to be there. Once you put the food in your mouth, the first thing that will hit you is the crayfish. No matter how little it is. Once you, even in soups, if you overput crayfish inside soup, see how I'm cooking the soup, I'm just using a tablespoon, and some people, they'll put the first crayfish from the frying, they'll put the second layer, then they will not put the last layer when the soup is almost ready, they will not pour it. Yes, there are some soups you need to do that. Example, afang soup, because you need to kill that bitter flavor and taste of the afang. But not all soups. Like soups like native soup does not need a lot of crayfish. If you put too much crayfish inside native soup, once you put the soup in your mouth, the first thing that's going to hit you is the crayfish. Native soup does not need so much seasoning cube, it does not need so much crayfish, it does not need so much salt. and doesn't need so much pepper because it's a watery soup. So people just need to understand. By the time you understand flavor profile, balancing of your ingredients, you can cook whatever. So crayfish for me, crayfish and jollof rice.
Is it
yeah.
Is this the job we came to do? She's part of it now. All is part of it. Then she goes to kitchen, you know what to okay. Okay, so Tico, to like wrap up everything, what would your advice like upcoming chefs in this town, like in Port Harcourt? What will you say to them, like trying to start out and everything?
Okay, so what I'll say is it's okay to start small.
Yeah.
You must know the secret now. Like most mistakes upcoming chefs they make is they just see somebody that mentors them and they want to be the person, or they see a person that they want to be like and they want to be this person now. They start doing the things that the person is doing exactly the same way. You have to learn from your own experience, have your own story. It's okay to have your own story. You must not be in someone else's story. So if you are in someone else's story and you take someone else's story, what are you going to tell when you now make it and blow? So success is not just daybreak. It takes time. It's like a child. You nurture it, you feed it, you groom it, little by little, you grow. So just be consistent. Learn. Don't be afraid of learning. Don't do I too know. Learn. If you have money, enroll for classes. Learn from people. I'm not saying you come and register my class, no, but some other places, learn. And also use your phone to learn. You can also use your phone to learn without registering for any classes. Go to YouTube, go to Google things, learn about the thing you're passionate about. It's not every time you use your phone and you're watching pornography.
But yeah, you guys get it. Learn.
Use your phone to actually learn. So that's my advice. It's all going to make sense.
One day.
It will all make sense one day.
Your hustle go pay.
Amen.
So just start gradually, don't rush.
Can we put this on?
Native soup. This soup looks good. Jesus. I'm so excited that my eyes are eating. Everything is eating. Anyways, you guys, we'll be wrapping it up here. Tico. I'm a mother. Thank you for having me. You know, when I just mentioned it, right, there was no hassle. It wasn't like, I told you now, I was thinking, because me, I don't dare people for collab or anything because of like my personal experiences. That day I was just like, what's the worst that will happen? She'll say, no, okay. And I'm just like, I'm gonna ask her, she didn't even say, she told me, oh, me, I'm not really a social media person, but no, I'm like, so yeah, I really appreciate doing this and feeding me, because when the tummy is happy, stuff like this happy. Anyways, if you've not subscribed, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment and learn something. Anyways, you guys, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.